So, we're going to do these again, quicker. I'll still try and give some good insight into each one. And we will go to full screen.
I bring the spark of death.
Alright, so again, as I was talking about, this is the first tutorial training video, or playthrough I guess, for Dota 2. We're going to play through as Dragon Knight, and we're basically going to follow these creeps around and listen to what they have to say and follow their orders. And for the most part, this is going to be concentrating on some basic controls, some creep mechanics, and last hitting a little bit, and leveling a little bit on skills. So we'll start off and see how it goes. So we're enemies with Razor. We have a ally, Keeper of the Light. We're gonna go find this creep here who's sleeping, and I'm going to attack him to wake him up. I'll stop canceling my attack. And so typically you let the creeps attack each other, and you kind of stand back and like do last hits and don't hit them too much unless you want to push a lane purposely. Then you would auto attack the creeps and try and move things around, but otherwise you'd probably just walk around and let them go about their way. You can also deny your own creeps, which helps control the lane and also denies your enemies experience and the ability to last hit, which gives them additional gold. So if you really want to be a pain to your enemies, you can try and last hit all your creeps and deny all their creeps, and get a good advantage in the laning stages and help snowball to a win.
I need no speed.
Alright, so we're gonna follow these creeps around. Just set my guy to move to follow the creeps, I guess, because... Alright, so I'm going to auto attack every now and then just to speed this up. And we got our level. So they're going to make us skill up Breathe Fire since they won't allow us to get any others at the moment. And they're going to deny this guy just for the hell of it.
By my blade. Who calls the Dragon Knight?
Alright, so we're going to use it to get a last hit. So as you can see, nice little kind of stream of fire, attacks anybody in its line, does some decent damage. Can use it for last hitting if you're mid or something and you're worried about getting ganked or getting attacked or something like that. You can kind of stay back, spam your Breathe Fire. Can be helpful.
Dragon to the fray.
So now we're going to move forward, and we got our shopkeeper. So this is going to be a basic introduction to items, more or less. So as you can see, they want us to buy the Stout Shield, which is a item that gives you a passive damage block. Gives you a 60% chance to block 20 melee damage or 10 ranged damage. So we're going to buy that, and it wants us to do a healing salve, which will restore 400 HP over 10 seconds. And so it's going to tell us to use it. Obviously we're full, so it doesn't really matter, but we're going to use it anyways. And it's going to tell us to buy a Clarity, which will restore mana over 30 seconds. And again, we're going to use that. So that would have restored our hit points, the salve, and the Clarity is now restoring our mana points. Both the salve and the Clarity can be denied, I guess. If you get attacked by an enemy hero or a creep, I believe, it'll cancel the effect. So you could lose some of your regeneration, which if you're hoping for it to keep you alive or something like that, it could be get you into some hairy situations. And now it's going to do the basics of jungling, essentially. So we're going to jungle these camps.
Attack!
And the
By my
added benefit
blade.
of having the stout shield is that it blocks some decent melee damage, so every now and then, as you can see, it'll pop up with a minus 20, and that's the shield blocking 20 damage that's been done to me.
Is
So,
victory.
usually I would try and get the stun earlier on, but since this is a tutorial, they want us to level up the passive, which gives a passive HP regen and armor, which is pretty good. Keeps you survivable. So we're going to level that up. So as you can see, my base armor right now is 4, and with the 1 skill point I get an additional 3 armor. And the HP regen will be this number here, so it just increases the speed at which my health will regen after taking damage.
I need no scheme.
So, I'm going to continue trying to kill these camps.
Forward.
And you might notice me doing some point click attacks. Not the best at this yet. I still haven't got the knack for it because I haven't played that much. But basically the
The
concept behind it is that a hero's base attack speed, or a base attack time, I would say, is, let's say, 1 second. But part of that, like the last 2 seconds, is just an animation, but the attack has already gone through.
Yes.
So if you wanted to, you could essentially negate some of that by simply canceling your attack, so you're not completing the full animation, but you're still completing your attack. So if you're trying to move an attack to chase down an enemy, or just trying to get as many hits on them as you can, it can help you
Yes.
increase your attack speed a little bit, but over time might actually make the difference between, you know, doing some damage or actually getting a kill. So now we have some gold, and we're going to go back to the shop, and it's going to teach us about some more items that we can purchase. So it's going to get us to buy a Gauntlet of Strength, which, as you can see, will boost my strength by 3. And if you check down here, strength currently is 24 plus 2. And so basically, Dragon Knight is a strength hero. I'm not sure if it says that on here, but my primary attribute is what will increase my damage. So as you can see, 1 strength point will give me 1 damage, 19 hit points, a bit of HP regen per point. So if I buy these, I get 3 strength. That'll give me an extra 3 damage, and it'll also give me an extra almost 60 health points and some HP regen. So I'll buy that, go in here. So as you can see, it added an additional 3 to here, not to my base stats, but to my additional, and it increased my damage a bit. And now they want me to farm some gold for a circlet. So I'm going to wait for the bird to tell me to go. And yeah, if you're ever curious about base stats and such about your hero, they're typically down here. So you'll have your strength, your agility, your intelligence, your attack speed, range, your armor and such.
Swiftly.
And also your movement speed. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to last hit creeps to get money.
Who calls the Dragon Knight?
So I'm going to try and butter up this.
Dragon to the fray.
Oh, I screwed it up.
Compelled to battle.
Well, basically we're just going to keep last hitting creeps and try and get
By my blade.
some money so that we can afford things.
Yes. Yes.
So again, I don't want to be taking too much of this damage, so I'm going to consistently let my...
Powers abounding.
Luckily that worked out.
Who calls the dragon?
And we now have enough money for a circlet. So back to the shop. So circlet will give me 2 to all attributes. So that'll increase each of these green plus numbers by 2. So as you gain strength, that'll give me an extra 2 damage, some life points, and some HP regen. Agility, for every 7 points, we'll get 1 armor, so an extra 2 points will give us 2/7 of an armor. It'll also increase our attack speed by 1, so we'll get an extra 2 attack speed. The intelligence will increase our mana, so we'll get an extra 26 mana from the circlet. And we'll also get a slight increase to our mana regen, which will be this number here. Which is almost not noticeable since we have such low mana, but it does work.
I need no steed.
And so now it wants us to last hit some more creeps to get a little bit more money
Buy
to
my
buy the
blade.
next item. So again, we're gonna
Of course.
spend some mana,
Swiftly.
and here we go.
Forward.
We'll finish this creep wave, and that'll be enough for our.
The dragon waits. Dragon to the fray.
All right, so we got enough for
Compelled
the
to
next
battle.
items. Let's back to the shop again. Okay, so now what it wants us to buy is an upgrade, which is Bracer. So Bracer is made up of the circlet, the Gauntlet of Strength, and a recipe. Typically, you could just right-click from there and buy it, but they wanted you to specifically open it up so you can see that it has a recipe as part of the component. And that will combine those 2 items, and sometimes it gives you some added bonus, sometimes it won't, but basically it'll combine a couple items into one.
Yes.
Typically better keeping your slots down too, so you have more space for
Yes.
items. And so again, we're back to our last hitting and such, so we'll be
For my horde. Onward.
try and speed this up a bit.
Yes.
Luckily we have Coddle to replenish our mana every time it gets used up.
Dragon to
So
the
right now I'm having the creeps attack, but as you can see, if I'm close, they will aggro to me, and the Coddle if he gets closer. Typically, creeps will just keep attacking themselves. But sometimes if you're trying to attack an enemy hero or something, they'll change aggro and start attacking you. So, they're trying to get me to earn enough experience to get my level 6, I believe.
Yes. The dragon
As you can see there, I was the only one hitting that ranged creep. And because of that, it pulled its aggro to me instead of being on the
I soar higher. I need no
other
steed.
creeps. And now we're going to get our stun. So, our first one is a little breathe fire, which we've been using. Our third is the passive, which gives us armor and HP regen. And our second skill, which we're now finally being able to use, is a stun. Although when we're in this standard form,
Yes.
it's a melee stun, so I have to actually get right up close to the creep to use it. So I'll show you on this one. So there you go.
Compelled to battle.
Now that creep is stunned,
The dragon waits.
and we continue the last hit.
I need no steed.
Might be able to get these two.
Forward. By my blade.
So unfortunately there will be a little bit of grinding as we continue to hit
Yes.
creeps and try and get up our levels to our level 6.
Misery.
And at level 6 we'll get our ultimate, which will be the 4th skill. And for Dragonite it's the Elder form, so he'll turn into a dragon essentially, and
Who calls the dragon knight? Yes.
Alright, so. Again, we're still
Yes.
waiting for this to... So as you can see, I kind of pulled the aggro of that creep, so it just kept attacking me.
The dragon waits. By my blade.
And hopefully shortly, after we continue to kill creeps forever, it'll finally get us
Compelled to battle.
leveled up to 6, and we can move on to the next
Who calls
part
the
of
dragon?
this. So again, we're going to let our own creeps engage, so we're not taking the brunt of the damage.
Of course. I need no steed. Swiftly.
And yeah, the bird's telling you to get the last hit.
I need no steed.
We're almost high enough.
Yes.
Should hopefully be able to get our ultimate shortly. Hopefully on this
Compelled to battle.
wave.
Who calls the dragon? Onward.
Nope. One more wave.
Of course.
So, I'll just auto-attack these to hopefully get them low quicker. And we have our dragon form
By
finally.
the honor of the ancients.
So let's clear these creeps.
Our shields shall clash.
And we'll go up. So now we're in our ultimate form, and we will stun
I will raise.
and then kill this guy. So, as you can see, he's now stunned. I'm attacking him. My ultimate gives me a dot damage over time.
The dragon
And
draws
I
first.
believe that is the end of this tutorial. So, as you can see, most of this is to do with last hitting, a little bit about creep equilibrium, allowing the creeps to engage each other, a little bit about neutral camps, some basic introduction to items and such,